Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for the newest season of Put a Ring on It. Some of y'all might be confused, but as I've told y'all in the past, y'all need to be on YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification bell for on their actual little channel because they will release stuff like a week or so in advance for the newest episode, the first episode, whether it is something that is coming on for the first time ever in life or something that might have a new season attached to it, which this is one of those situations now. So yeah, y'all, like round about 24 hours ago, they released this on the OWN channel, the first episode, and I meant to do the recap review yesterday, but I was just like, no, let me just take in the fact that I'm finally off work and I'm going to sleep and do what I'm gonna do. And I ended up sleeping like I was pregnant yesterday, and the weather was perfect for it. So it is what it is. So anyway, y'all, I am going to just tell y'all in advance. I am going to be doing like I've done at points in the past, which is I'm going to be recording and then I'm gonna pause it because right now I don't know everybody like that. So I actually started off watching it in the comfort of my gaming chair. And then I was like, nah, let me just come in here and start recording because I'm not going to be able to really get what I want from it if I don't do what I need to do. So yeah, y'all, that's what y'all gonna get from me in order for me to be able to get through it because I don't really want to do notes because I've done notes before and it takes a lot. And to me, I feel like I don't get a chance to enjoy the show like I want to. So anyway, let's go on ahead and get into the recap review. So again, just like they did with the formula for the first season, they have three couples that are in long-term relationships that have discussed marriage and have yet to get that commitment started. So I was looking at everybody and I was like, why do these people look familiar? There are quite a few people on here that I actually know of. And I've seen them, whether it was like a small role here and there or something like that, or they actually have some fame about themselves. But let's get into that. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully y'all know at least one of these people because he is like the one who is like top tier over everybody else. But we gonna see if y'all know who I'm talking about. We need to discuss this for real down in the comment section because I would love to know if y'all were here for him, at least this one particular person for me, like I was back in the day for him and his group mate. So the first couple that we have is LaRonda and Sean. With their situation, it started on social media because he slid into her DMs on Instagram, and 2 days later, they ended up going out on a date to Dave and Buster's. Y'all, I've been wanting to go to Dave and Buster's since its inception. Like, I've just been wanting to be there, and I ain't never been yet. And I mean, I think there's one like an hour and a half or whatever away from here. But when I first wanted to go, I wanted to go to the one that was in Georgia because I was living in Alabama, and that was the closest one at the time. But I digress. But anyway, so they are a beautiful couple to me. And they've been together, I think, like 3 years. And he's basically saying that she is everything, but he feels like he still has a little bit more as far as what he needs to do before he pops the question, and that he already has his speech ready for how everything gonna go down. And I'm just like, if you have everything pretty much in order, what's the holdup though? Like, I don't be understanding that. People really like you really just said out of your mouth, I know that this person is the one. But I don't understand. But anyway, that's what his take is on it. And as usual, she's not understanding why he doesn't want to move forward like that. And she feels like she's ready, and he just does not feel like he's ready. The next couple is Darian and Alexia. So, Alexia is a now retired basketball player. She was a professional basketball player. I don't know for who. They had been dating on and off again for 14 years. Darian is the person who I want to know if y'all know who he is. And if y'all knew about him before having to look him up and all this other stuff. He is one half of the group Field Mob. I used to love Field Mob back in the day. I remember when they came out. I was in for it. for? You know, I'm a Southern girl. You know, I like what I like. And it is what it is. So I think the first time I saw what he goes by Smoke. His stage name is Smoke. And the first time I actually saw what they looked like, I thought they were some nice looking men. He's the dark skinned one in the group. He, to me, still looks like a decent man. He still looks decent. So, you know, I'm just like, girl, 14 years, Lord Jesus. Now, I mean, I know I was in a long-term relationship with someone and it didn't work out. But at the same time, 14 years, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Y'all, but she was on the road with her career and he was on the road with his career because he was a rapper. I don't know if y'all know. Let me know down in the comment section if y'all knew about him being one of the members of Field Mob. Just in case y'all don't remember, like, if you don't know nothing else, you should at least know the hooks to these songs. So I think the first time I saw them was when the So What video came out. And it was them featuring Ciara. And it was, I think it went like this. So what? So what? And of course, that's Ciara singing or whatever. I'm so sick of being lonely. Every night while my man goes out with his homies. I want to know how it feels to be loved. Be loved. Y'all know I can't sing. And I just woke up. So look, give me a little bit of grace. The throat is not where it needs to be. The lubrication is not where it needs to be right now. And what's the other song? They did that Georgia song, that Georgia. We on the grind in Georgia. Oh, what is it? All the time. It ain't nothing on my mind but Georgia. We ain't playing with you. And that, I mean, like for them, they had a whole lot of features. And oh Lord, y'all, I used to live for all I know. That I'd have been down this road before. It ain't the first time, won't be the last. You need to slow down cause you're living too fast. Time I admit I need some help, still living with my mama, can't feed myself. I was like, wait a minute, that song was a real song. If y'all don't know about Field Mob, at least check out that one song, All I Know, by Field Mob. It had, CeeLo Green was the one singing the hook on that, y'all. That song was so, I'm like, that song hit home for a whole lot of people. They need to get their lives together. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, like I said, they've been together for 14 years on and off. And I could have swore he had some kids. Maybe he's saying that he wants some kids with her. But they together, and because of the things that he has seen a lot of people in the industry and just in his personal life experience as far as marriage is concerned, it's kind of like turned him off from the thought of really being married to someone because he just seen it go down in flames. And I mean, I understand that, and that has been a lot of people's stance on that, but I'm just like, it don't have to be like that. You can change the narrative. And I mean, I guess for me, because I have seen such an amazing love blossom and bloom just firsthand, living in the house with my parents, that I know it's possible. I know it's something that is out there and is real and it does last. That for me, I already know that if it's meant for me to get married, that I could be here for it. I know that it can work. And I feel like I would have to do the work in order to help it to stay the way it need to be. And the other person too. Like, I just already know that that's what needs to happen. But y'all, they together, and I'm just like, okay, that's a long time, Smoke. Golly, shoot. But yeah, I mean, I get his reservations, but I'm like, you done been with her 14 years, and just like everybody else, she the one for him. So it's like, if you the one, girl, you the one, girl. If she the one, why not put papers on it? And put papers on these people, Lord. And I'm going to get to the main reason why a lot of people outside of this say that they are not here for marriage. And I'm going to say what I got to say on that. All right, y'all. So we're down to the last couple, and their names are Eric and Jessica. They've been together for 4 years, and just like the first couple, old boy slid into her DMs, and they didn't have an ordinary first date. Well, at least not ordinary to her. Like most people are, oh, we're going to go out on a date and just go to the movies or go out to eat. They went like rock climbing, or like they did activities. And so I don't remember if it was rock climbing. I don't know why I just said that. But they was doing golf carts and stuff like that. It wasn't just like regular stuff. I mean, to me, I've a lot of people I know that's been their first date, but I'm like, okay. I guess because maybe the people who she'd been out with before, that's what they did, but this was new for her. So, I mean, it was definitely outside of that normal realm of, oh, we're going to go out and get something to eat and we're going to go to the movies. So I get that. Or go to the park and talk and little stuff like that. I get that. They look like they live in a really nice community and all that good stuff. I'm gonna let y'all let have on this man in the comment section because I already know what y'all gonna say. I'm not saying it. But anyway, he used to work. Well, it is work. He used to play for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think he used to. I don't think he's still playing for them. I don't think. But he's another one where he make it seem like he here for her, but she thinks that the reason why he won't commit is because his teammates and other people who, are out there like that, they be in them streets and he want to be out there in them streets. And I'm just like, Lord, people, one day they gonna learn that the streets ain't where it's at. But whatever. All right, y'all. So, Dr. Nicole is still the same person who has done this before. She did the first season. Y'all know every now and again, and depending on what's going on, something will happen and they might change the doctor out or change up the method. But she's still there. And the task, is going to be as it was last time. They're going to go out on dates with other people. But this time, off rip, she told everybody to write down what they do not want their significant other to do when they're on their dates. Just about everybody was just like, don't be holding nobody's hand, don't be kissing on them, hugging them, all this other stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, one of the women, I think it was one person that said no hugging. I think it was Smoke. I think it might have been Smoke. I'm just trying to remember from when I did start watching this and then I stopped and came up here. But somebody said they didn't want her to hug. And she was like, now I'm a hugger. And see, that's how I am too. And my ex was furious when he found out that I hug people at work, and that's just me. Like, the way I grew up, that's the way I greet people, and that's just my personality. I'm happy. I want everybody to feel the same energy that I try to give off naturally, and I'm just a hugger. I'm just like my daddy. My personality is so much like my father's. Is ridiculous. Like, everybody live for my daddy. My daddy is awesome vibes. And he is a whole mood. And I mean, I'm just being myself. I love hugs, but y'all know because of last year. If you ain't already been my friend or something like that, you ain't even gonna get a half a church hug from me. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But it's funny that with some of these guys, when she let the women go first and say what their thing was, they didn't want their man to do. When the men went, some of the guys said the exact same thing that the women said. And so they were looking like, how you gonna tell me you don't want me to do these things, but your list was basically what I just said? Like, make it make sense. Child, like, Smoke seemed a little bit too excited for me, but I know that he has a very, fun personality. So he could be putting a whole lot on it, but he ain't being serious. I don't know, though. But he always seemed to be really, and like she said, she actually said that he has a very fun, outgoing personality. Always very fun to be around. Always amazing energy. So I get that. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Energy really be helping you out. Like, it is a whole mood. I like that. I like people who have amazing energy about themselves. I don't want that drama. I don't want that negativity. Like, that's why I don't even deal with certain people anymore, because their energy is always negative. Their energy is always woe is me when everything in life is going well for them. It's like, why? Why you want people to have pity on you for just for attention's sake? Like, that's stupid to me. But I digress, y'all. Well, everyone has, found out some very interesting information, which is that today is going to be the day that the dates start, and they are going to start with the men. And they're going to have to see basically if they can have self-control and do what they need to do on these dates to not violate what they have put in place by their partners and just what they should know not to do in general. And I'm like, Eric seems a little bit too eager to go out on these dates for me. I can't. He a little bit too eager for me. And I mean, like, he's smiling from ear to ear. And I'm just like, why are you so excited to go out on these dates, honey? I'm going to need for you to just not be so excited. So, yeah. He kind of feel like, oh, well, we got all these rules. And somebody was talking about having these rules and stuff in place. And Smoke was like, I mean, if you ain't got these rules in place, like, why would you... Somebody, look, it's just so much going. I'm so tired already. Like, I'm like, this finna be some foolishness. Somebody said that you having all these rules and stuff in place is what you should have anyway. You don't want to sit up and have nobody touching your woman and all this other stuff. I know Smoke said that part at least. But yeah, I don't know. Some of these people look a little bit too eager for these dates to go down. I'm like, were you here to just come and get, see, look at somebody else? Like, like, why? Hopefully, everybody will get something out of this because, like I said, Eric looked a little bit too eager to me. Y'all, I'm tired already. So, the first date is about to be underway, and this is going to be Eric and Jessica. So, the date came to the house. Before she got to the house, he over here getting ready. First of all, he got a do-rag on. And like, I already told y'all, I'm pausing and all this other stuff and basically watching as I go. So I'm like, again, I'm waiting for y'all in the comment section. I'm patiently waiting on y'all. I ain't got nothing to say on this. But anyway, he had a do-rag on and a wife beater. And I'm like, so you're just going to wear jeans and a wife beater on a first date? I understand y'all in Georgia, but you gonna have to come up off something else. This is what I'm thinking he finna go out in the house in. Later on, he put on like some kind of a long t-shirt with some writing and stuff on the designs. But I was like, okay. And he took the do-rag off because I really was about to say, sir, you was in the NFL. This is all you can come up with. I don't know. I really was about to be like, sir, but he put on all the jewelry. And I was like, why? So anyway... Apparently, he was trying to put on some new cologne that the girlfriend gave him and all this other stuff. And, like, he was doing a lot. So, anyway, the day came, rung the doorbell. She came in the house. And you could tell that Jessica is giving off jealous vibes, ain't here for it. Because, like I already told y'all, he acting a little bit too eager. Y'all, I'm not here for this. So, anyway, eventually they leave the house and go where they're going to go. Like, she set it off. She was like, yeah, I mean, I guess you're going to do what you do. You got a curfew, right? This heifer told him he got to be back in the house in an hour. I was like, what? And I really believe that she means including the car ride, wherever you're going, and the car ride back. And I'm just like, Lord. Anyway, so they went somewhere and got drinks. So they're talking. He wants to know where her head is at as far as, if you're in a relationship with somebody, how soon after you're with that person do you intend on proposing or whatever? And so she was like, well, it got to be organic. I got to, really feel you like that. I'm not going to force it. I'm not just going to come out of nowhere and be like, well, you got to do this. So, of course, he was loving that answer. And I was just like, child, he was doing the most. When she was walking in the building, he over here like this, looking at butt cheeks. I was just like, sir, I cannot. He doing the most. And they had to even hardly say, hey, bye, nothing to each other yet. So when the date was over, she was like, well, I got to go ahead and get you back to her because she seemed a little feisty earlier. And so he was like, yeah, well, let me go ahead and drop you off. And because she was like, well, what are we going to do now? He was like, I don't know. He thinks that everything went well. And he was like, you got to come up off that hug. He done gave her a hug and some more. He did the absolute, I can't. He did too much for me. He did too much. And when they show the playback, I can't wait to see her reaction. She gonna be mad. And this is something that stuck out to me that's a red flag. He said out of his own mouth that her love for him stems out of fear. And he literally just said in this little exchange with the person, I think her name is Shamara, that he went out on his date with, that the reason why they even got together was because she asked about infidelity and all this other stuff. he was dating her and like a whole lot of other people at the same time, because I'm pretty sure his career was active then. And so I'm trying to understand, because I'm like, it sounds like he was saying he was just dating, but he wasn't seriously dating just one person. So I don't know why she thought that it was supposed to be more than what it was. I don't know. But anyway, they supposed to be together, and I don't know if he out here actively cheating right now, but he doing the most on this date, so it wouldn't surprise me if he is. Okay, y'all, I ain't even watched the whole little segment yet. Had to pause it real quick. Smoke about to go on his date, so the date that rolled up. While he's talking to his woman, Alexia, he was like, look, because she was like, well, what if she come up in here and I say you can't go? He was like, first of all, I don't think you would do that, because nah. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a relationship rooted in fear and all of that, because that's what the doctor told them. And so she was like, well, I ain't fearful of nothing. I ain't worried about that. And so he was like, the woman would have to try really, really hard to take him from her. And so I was just like, Lord, okay, this is too much. Y'all, they came to the door, opened the door. First of all, the woman is stacked. It's the lips for me. It's the body for me. Like, I'm the type of person that if I see somebody, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you're gorgeous, I'm going to say you look good. She looks good. At least she look good to me. What y'all think down in the comment section? Let me know what y'all think about what she look like down in the comment section. Her name is Kai. Kai. And she everything to me. Shoot. So anyway, Smoke went to the door, and he was like, ooh. He opened the door, they greeted one another and hugged. And I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta rewind, because what Smoke's saying that it's off limits for her to hug? I'm just like, why you do that? You know we from the South. Like, we have greetings and things, and that's one of our more prominent greetings. Especially if the person seems like they might be all right. But anyway, she kind of peeked around the corner like, what's going on here? So then she come in there, and so she introduces herself and all this other stuff. And Alexia asked, what did he do when he opened the door? She was like, oh, he just smiled. Why are we lying? Why are we lying, Kai? And he went right along with it. Smoke, come on now, Smoke. I'm pulling for you. I'm rooting for you, Smoke. I am rooting for you. Y'all might well get used to it. I'm just going to call him by his stage name. I'm not going to call, what is it, Darian? I'm not calling him that. I'm calling him Smoke 99% of the time. You might well going to get used to it. But anyway, Smoke and Kai lying. I'm like, y'all just going to start off on a lie. Please don't do this. Don't do it. I'm rooting for you. But anyway, let me get into the date. And like I said before with Eric's situation, Alexia got in the confessional, and she was like, you should not be that excited to go on a date with someone. Especially if you already got a situation. You've been with this woman on and off 14 years, sir. What is going on here? But anyway, she went with him to the door, and he was like, I got to open the door for her. And then when he hugged her, he gave her a half a hug. I'm going to need for you to have that same energy you just had with Kai. Now, you gave Kai all the hug. And she barely got a pat on the back. I ain't here for it. I'm not here for it. So we are at the last date now. And that's LaRonda and Sean. So Sean is about to go out on a date with a woman named Rachel. And is everybody insecure? Like, my thing is this, like, even if my relationship is trash, and I mean, I hate to use that term to say that about a relationship, like your relationship, excuse me, y'all, I just had some amazing seeded watermelon. I'm doing a lot. And so, yeah. Anyway, I just feel like if I'm in an amazing relationship or if it's a trash relationship, I should not sit up there and just be so insecure and just be like, well, if y'all gonna go do this, are you gonna walk in the back? Who gonna walk in the back? Who gonna walk in the front? Well, if y'all gonna walk side by side, how, is that gonna be a foot apart? Or like, how far apart are y'all gonna be? Like, what? This is what we doing. This is really what we doing. Woo, child. Woo, if I ever get back out there again, I'm not trying to be like this. Like, I feel like you should be able to love and get to know a person, and I mean, I know it's different because they're in a relationship, but I would hope that even if I was in a relationship with somebody, that I would not act like this, knowing that my man is going to be in the presence of another woman whom he may deem to be attractive. whether I think they're attractive or not. You just have to hope that your significant other is going to do what they're supposed to do, because people going to do what they want to do. Now, if they want to be out here fighting and bopping, do what you do. Tell me and I'll go about my business. That's how I am. But with all of this, you shouldn't have to do all of that, and you shouldn't have to just put all of that. I can't. Anyway, so the woman, Rachel, then rolled up, and so he hugged her, and then she ends up hugging her too, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just so glad y'all are friendly." And I'm like, this is a lot. Okay, this is a lot, y'all. Okay, y'all. So y'all might be confused, like, wait a minute, didn't you just say Smoke went out on a date? And now you talking about Sean went out on his date, but you ain't say nothing about what happened with Smoke date, and you just hopped to a whole other person. Yeah. The way that production put this together, they knew what they was doing. They did this for a reason, y'all. Okay, so a lot started going down on Smoke's date to the point of where we didn't even see it all. I want to know if they're going to actually put it in there later on, or if he's just going to have to be descriptive and actually be willing to share what happened, because like I said, a lot started happening. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to put it together. I'm not finna go back and forth. Like I said, they knew what they was doing. Okay, so the date happened. Smoke was feeling what he saw from head to toe. And Kai didn't pull, she didn't hold no punches, she didn't pull no punches, she didn't hold nothing back. Kai was like, what's going on, what it is with you, what you got going on, all of that. And he asked her what she had going on, what kind of music she liked. And then he actually started going into his career and who he is, just in case she didn't know who she was, and for us, the viewer, as well. And she was like, oh yeah, you came out at the perfect time. You know, y'all, those were some good times or whatever. Man. So eventually they started talking about if certain things was to pop off, you know, how would she react? And so, you know, he was like, you know, he actually was told that he has a nice smile, all this other stuff. And, you know, it was somewhat of a vibe. And you could tell by his reaction that he was all the way here for her. From head to toe, everything she was saying. She was just like, look, to make a long story short, y'all, she was like, if I was to kiss you right now, keep in mind, y'all, that's how he met old girl, like 5-10, less than an hour after he met the woman he's with right now, they was kissing. And they was kissing, like, since day one. And they've been kissing for 14 years, just kissing and living for one another. She was like, if I was to kiss you right now, what would you do? And he was kind of like, wait a minute, what you not finna do is say this to me. And y'all, anyway, so he get back to the house. They didn't show another, they made a point out to show nothing else that happened on the day. I'm like, are y'all gonna roll the beautiful meme footage at the meetup later on? Is that what's gonna happen? Like, I need to know what happened. Y'all showed all of Eric's date. We already know that he did the absolute most. Don't nobody have time. I don't know what Smoke did. I don't know what all happened outside of, she was just making it very clear that, you know, if I was to do this, then what? And I was just like, oh Lord, ma'am. And like and see, it really actually don't even surprise me, because for her to lie as soon as she came in the door, when Alexia asked her, what did he do when he came to the door? It don't surprise me that she owned that. Y'all, I can't. She owned that type of time. Y'all, my head hurt. I'm sorry. Y'all, I didn't mean for this to be so long, but the most is popping off. Y'all, but anyway. So he get there and he tried to tell her what's going on. And I mean, off rip, before he even hardly get the story started, she was like, did you kiss her? He was like, wait a minute, let me finish. Child, he was like, the kind of breast she got, normally when women have breasts like what she got, their brains are in their breasts. So he's basically making it seem like she got some wits about herself, she's smart or whatever, and she ain't just an airhead. And he was like, a woman that got a booty like that, that's, you know, basically, and I mean, he let old girl know that the way she looked, she's that type of woman that athletes, celebrities, or whoever would live for. Them the type of women that they end up with anyway. And so she was like, well, I'm just a normal country girl. And he was like, and I mean, I get that, but I'm a good old country boy too. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. Y'all, Alexia ain't want to hear none of this and walked off and went outside. So I guess when the session happened, we'll find out what's going on with that. So with Sean and Rachel, they went to this nature trail hike situation, I guess, and they were walking and talking. And she wants to know what's going on with him and LaRonda's situation. And he was like, of course we have our share of issues that we have to work out, but all in all, everything is cool. He in the confessional talking about things seemed a little bit perfect with her, with Rachel, and it kind of scared him. And so he don't know what really to think. And I'm like, what is going on with everybody? Child. Dr. Nicole started with smoke and was like, you went on your date. How did everything go? He said he had an amazing time on his date. And he actually started to express the fact that, even though he did try to tell Alexia this before she got up and left before, that the way that the woman, Kai, was towards him was the way that it used to be back in the day when they first got together. And he said in this whole situation right here that old girl gave him feelings that he ain't felt in a long time from her, and that she just stopped doing the stuff she used to do. And so she was like, you mean to tell me that it took this woman one day to make you feel some type of way, to make you feel that, and one day she did what I supposedly haven't done in 14 years? You mean to tell me that? I was like, ooh, child, it's about to be rough up in here. On to Eric and Jessica. I don't understand why this is even a relationship. I don't understand why they are together. It is clear that she is very insecure, and with good reason. But at the same time, she is choosing to stay in that situation. And I'm just like, why? I feel like she is torturing herself. I don't understand why she wants to be a glutton for punishment. But okay. He explained that the date went well, and, he feels like he still got it. And she was just like, look, I feel like he is fixated on the next lay, how many more people he can screw. And she confirmed what I felt like it really was. Unless, again, this is just a situation where she thought she was in a relationship and they weren't. She said during the first year of their relationship, he was unfaithful and was out here going through a whole phase while they was in a whole relationship. And I'm just like, then she started crying, and then she was like, well, maybe it's me jumping to conclusions, thinking that these things are what's a fact. And so Dr. Nicole had to say, your emotions are not fact. And she's trying to understand, why is it that she is there instead of here in this moment? I ain't here for it. And he already be doing too much. So again, like I said, I understand why she act the way she act. Look at how he act. I mean, he just saw this heifer, he just met this heifer and barely spent any time with her. He already got his entire life. And it's like, he might actually be out here looking for some more butt cheeks and things to spread or whatever. But I'm just like, girl, she seemed like she's torturing herself by staying with him at this point. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Anytime anything pop off, he looked like he finna go in another direction. It's just, oh no, I can't. Okay, so Sean and LaRonda. Now they're talking about Sean's date, and he basically said he enjoyed himself or whatever, and he felt like he handled himself well, and that he can do that, especially since it was a hiking situation. And you can kind of read in between the lines, but I'm just like, hopefully that was a bad joke, whatever. Y'all, LaRonda, and this is not a read, this is not me trying to come for her, LaRonda looks like Laverne Cox. And in all honesty, LaRonda, her man, and like two other people up there, like almost everybody up there, I've seen people who look like exactly like them. Like, I know their brothers, sisters, cousins, or something. They got to have the same relative somewhere. Like, that's why I be telling y'all sometimes when I see these people, I'm like, dang, this person look familiar. And if it ends up not being somebody that I've seen somewhere actually like acting or whatever, it really is because they are related to some people that I've seen. But yeah, y'all, I do think that I have seen LaRonda's man, Sean, somewhere in some other places before. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to reveal more. But yeah, I'm trying to pinpoint exactly the places where. But I must have seen him do some stuff before, but I don't know where yet. But yeah, she has a way of saying certain things that come off as threats, if you will. But Dr. Nicole had to tell her, like, you know, you need to be careful in what you say because it's coming off a certain way. And it's not necessarily a threat, but it's like a weapon. And it's like, girl, you're doing too much. Like, no. So now the time has come where Dr. Nicole is asking them, will they want to go on a second date with these people or not? They started with Eric. Eric said no, he wants to go with a new person. Well, old girl starts smiling from ear to ear. And so Dr. Nicole is perplexed because she's like, this is, this is what I'm going to say it is. Even though she didn't want to just straight up tell her, girl, you must be on something. You need to get you some wits about yourself. You need to get some self-esteem because that's exactly what it is. I'm sorry. You smile ear to ear because he said, no, I don't want to go out on a second date with her. I'll go out with a new person. He's still going out with somebody else. Heifer, what's going on here? Did you not hear that part? Like, I was just like, why are you acting like he said, I am not interested in going on any more dates with anybody else in this process? I mean, you saw all 32 of the teeth. I was like, why are you smiling so hard? And like, she was just like, you're interesting. And basically said to her, that is not sustainability. For you to act this way when certain information is brought to you, but then act a completely different way, like it's just too much. Don't nobody have time. So then she asked Sean if he wants to go out on a second date or not with old girl. And I'm about to get there. It was just too much going on with that. I stopped before he even gave his answer, but I'll be back. Oh, Lord, y'all. Okay, so he, I don't recall him saying whether or not he was going to pursue a second date with her. No, he did say no, I think, because I think I saw a completely different person. He did say no, I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm just thinking about what I just saw, which was smoke. They ended up asking him, was he trying to go on a second date with old girl, and then they're going to try to leave us on a cliffhanger, but it didn't work because they did, like I told y'all, they need to stop doing, which is they showing a fast forward of next time, and we clearly saw Kai, and the most popping off, and their relationship might not work. Man, Smoke, I was pulling for you. I was rooting for you, Smoke. Y'all, Kai might shoot it up at this point. I'm sorry. She might. It's just a lot that's going on. And even with Sean said that he is declining a second date with y'all just had her name, Rachel, because she seems a little bit too perfect. And so LaRonda was like, okay, but if the person seems perfect, to me it would make sense for you to pursue it. And he was like, well, luckily the decision's not up to you. And I'm just like, you could tell it rubbed her the wrong way because it's like, perfect. What? Child. And like I said, Smoke, they gonna try to leave it on a cliffhanger. And I'm just like, Lord, it's finna go all the way left. She might shoot it up. Y'all, if what they showed at the end of this episode is what's gonna happen next week, woo, child, this is finna be rough. This is finna be rough. It's finna be bad up in here. And then Jessica out here doing the most, but it's like, I kind of feel like she doing it because she see what type of time Eric is on. Like, in all honesty, just from right now, I really feel like ain't nobody gonna make it except 50-50. The only couple that really might make it 50-50 is Sean and LaRonda. All because of what I saw the preview, as far as what the preview is going to be. As of right now, unless some major things change, I don't see it. Y'all, this episode did the most. That's why it was so long. I was not trying to make it this long, y'all. Like, the most popped off. I couldn't help it. Now, if y'all watch it, y'all will see why. Y'all will see why it was that long. But anyway, y'all, hopefully y'all enjoyed the recap review. I'll be back with another video.